But once you see that scene, it's such a clear gag, and it's
Yeah.
these tracksuit guys, they're kind of idiots, but I actually like how they took advice on certain scenes and everything. But
Mm.
it's just funny, and it's nice that this movie allowed itself to kind of be silly and weird. I mean, for a
Hmm.
Marvel movie, you could count the weird moments on like one hand. You have some WandaVision scenes, some Ragnarok scenes, some Ant-Man the Wasp scenes, maybe some Ant-Man scenes, but they never embrace weird. So it's just nice to see a ball pit gag in a fight scene. And I thought episode 3 and that scene and the ensuing chase is like when everything really started kicking off action wise.
It did. It did. It did. And I thought that the sword wielding father was going to end up being somebody too. And I'm glad that he's not the bad guy
Oh,
because he had such charisma. I love that guy. He was cool.
I told Megan, I'm like, he's good. I was like, I said, I was like, hey, I was like, they're making him too shady. And I was like,
Yes.
I have a feeling he's gonna be a good guy. And then he
It was
turned out
so
to
cool.
be, I mean, he murdered a lot of tracksuit guys, but it was
He
still,
did.
but
He did.
I just, the ball pit gag, man, it just made me happy because it was silly and,
Yeah.
and it was nice
And
letting Renner be silly. And I enjoyed that.
yes. Renner's got the range, and because this is directed at our particular age group, KB Toy Store was a thing, man.
Oh,
KB Toy Store
huge
was
thing.
fun. It was such you just get that warm feeling when you had zero problems and just ooh, GI Joe toys are everywhere and you can't wait to get Serpentor and the GI Joe helicarrier. I love KB Toy Store.
Oh man,
I
the
miss it.
helicarrier. I never was able to get that. Did you have it?
Of course not, man. It was way too expensive. No,
My
way.
friends had it.
Yes.
I started getting Mighty
Always my
Max
friends had
because I was like, they're small and their little areas give me more room to play with them, so I don't have to get a helicarrier.
it.
But
And Mad Balls.
it's man, Mad Balls, wow. Yeah, I don't know. It's just a ball pit gag. It's a ball pit gag in this show, and then it had a great action scene, and I really dug. Listen, I loved the idea of Falcon and Winter Soldier, but when Falcon destroys 18 helicopters in the first scene, I'm like, oh, I guess he's full badass now, right?
Yeah,
And
he
that's
is.
fine. But I like the idea of a guy who can eat a bullet in the femoral artery and die in this world. And I liked Wanda's hurt in those first episodes, and so I
Yeah.
mean Loki, and I liked Hiddleston kind of coming to grips with who he is, and uh,
Right.
uh, I guess with Hawkeye, I liked how I don't know, it's just yeah,
Hawkeye's just trying to get home, man.
yeah, exactly.
That's
He's
it.
just trying to get
Hawkeye's just
home.
he's trying to get home. He's swimming in that ball pit, which hasn't been used in decades. And a normal ball pit is probably the dirtiest thing humans have ever created. And so he just dives in, like you say, he's a shark, man. He doesn't care about, catching some kind of staph infection, swimming around in that ball pit. And Falcon is leaning more towards his soldier thing when he's
Yeah,
just murdering people. You know what I mean? He's just, I am a soldier. This is what we are trained to do. It's
I mean,
kind of
listen,
a
he has a lot to deal with,
superhero thing.
but
Yeah,
I guess. Oh, I lost my point. Haley gets beat up by Kingpin. She's not there yet. That's what I
right,
like. Like she's not
right.
there yet, and that's
Yeah,
where a lot
she's
of
not super.
fun action comes from, right? Because it's fun watching them get there. So
Right.
like when I saw Sam just legitimately, I mean, it was awesome. I remember going, this is amazing, and then GSP pops up, and I'm like, yes. And just
Oh, yeah.
watching the gliders, I'm like, this is so cool. But I don't know. I like human heroes. I guess I've always liked that humanity angle, and they find that repairing boats and all the bank loan scene and all that. But
Right,
I don't know.
right.
I don't know. Haley has this good job of being like tough, but then also not tough, and then like vulnerable, but also really sarcastic. She's a
Yeah.
good actor, and so I enjoyed the humanity of the role, I guess.
No, you're right, man. You're right. She's been trained, but she hasn't actually been in combat, you
Hmm.
know? So what you're talking about, yeah, she is getting basically experience points. She's getting, okay, so even though I learned I can do move X, actually it doesn't work because they know the counter. So I'm going to have to eventually get better. But Falcon, he was already a soldier before they
Yeah,
gave
that's
him all the
true.
equipment, you
Yeah.
know?
Oh, he was already a
And
badass.
yeah, and then he actually goes through the stuff in the Avengers. He pops
Oh
up in
yeah, that's
Ant-Man
true. And
as the
yeah,
cameo.
and he murders that gigantic beast by stabbing it.
Oh yeah,
And
he knows what time it is.
yeah,
So these soldiers are kidnapping. I don't remember who.
yeah.
He's like, nah, I don't got time for this. He's just erasing dudes. And then finally, my final award actually just to go back to Falcon real quick, the award for sure, why not? Yeah, Sharon is the power broker. Yeah, why not? Yeah, sure.
You knew that was coming too. Like when she's
Yeah, it
walking
was
away,
extremely
you're like,
obvious.
she's a...
Yeah, okay, Sharon, sure, you're the power broker. Why not?
No, I get, you're right though. I guess, no, you're right about him being a soldier. And they paired him up against good villains too. So
Right.
I guess it's all about kind of who you kind of pair him up against. But I've always found like, Superman, I've always found that character somewhat boring. Or like, Thor, nothing can happen to him. So that's why I like Ragnarok, because it's actually funny.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I like finding like the humanity in character. Like Unbreakable, I love, right? Spider-Man 2, remember the subway fight when he gets knocked out and people have to carry him?
Yes.
Like
yes.
that's like parts of, and we talked about the Spider-Man final fight when Spider-Man gets his like what the hemorrhage in his eye. Like that's
yes.
Like, I don't know. I like the humanity of my heroes. So I guess that's what I was getting at.
No, you're right. Good
Captain
Superman
America bores me.
Well, this is the thing. Captain America, Superman, Thor, these dudes, they're not going to die.
Yeah.
So he is the writing that makes them more like us. That's what makes a good Superman movie. And this is why, like the Man of Steel, people were like, what?
I like
Superman's it. I don't dislike it, but depressed Superman is, that's not the take.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. You know what I like though about Man of Steel? They destroyed that entire city, but that's like his first ever fight with a giant, like second ever fight with a giant creature. So he's always been kind of saving fishermen and, glowering because his dad really did a number on him. But
yeah,
you know how many fights I've seen as a bar, like, working in bars? You know how many tables I've seen turn over and like bar stools broken? Like this is just too, like he tries to throw Zod into space and Zod throws like a satellite back at him. So as many people are blaming Superman for all this carnage, like so much was done before it, and he like uses laser eyes and bombs himself, but this is like his first ever like real, well, second, but you know what I mean. Like this is his second ever fight, so he's not going to be good at it yet.
No, but a lot of it goes on his dad screwing him up, telling him, yeah, the most important thing is no one finding out who you are, and I'm going to kill myself to prove the point. Yeah, that's going to screw you up. That's going to screw you up as a kid, But, Superman is about the people.
Yeah.
And, Zack Snyder missed that point. It's the biggest problem with that movie that Zack Snyder doesn't realize, hey, Superman likes people, bro. Breaking news. He wouldn't just destroy Metropolis. You're insane. Anyway, different podcast.
But I don't even want to rank. I don't even think I could rank these four because I enjoyed all of them. I really did. And
agreed.
I mean, I think WandaVision, if I had to pick a favorite, it's WandaVision because it played it the least safe.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I just, those first 3 episodes and just, she's the villain. And then you just, like, I don't know. And it brought back some of my favorite characters. So I think that's my favorite because it felt like Marvel trying to be daring.
Took a big swing.
And
absolutely.
I think they tried to they had a great, they really wanted to tackle things with the Falcon and Winter Soldier, and they did. But I think they got too rushed, and then they had too many characters, and they needed maybe 2 more episodes. But it's still a good show.
Yes.
But I would have loved to see that world breathed in. And I like Hawkeye, but it's just cute. Not cute. That's a really reductive. It's just fun, right?
It is.
And then Loki, it's timey-wimey. It's Doctor Who-y. It's silly. I think it's going to change the MCU the most. But yeah, they all offer something good. I don't think I could rank them. Could you rank them?
I thought about this, and like I said, Loki is my favorite, but it's not because the others are bad.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just because Loki is extremely weird. The stakes for Hawkeye are low because he's a street level hero, and so that's fine, and it's great. You get that Kingpin in there. You get Echo, who clearly is not a woman to be trifled with at all.
Awesome, yeah.
Can't wait to see what she's going to do later on.
Show.
Yeah, can't wait to see what's going to happen with that.
Badass.
Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Yeah, okay, Sharon's the power broker. Let's see where it goes from there. She's just gonna be the Western version of the Ten Rings. Okay, Sharon, cool. Why not? Sure. I'm excited to see, how Zemo's gonna break out. I want the U.S. agent to be beaten within an inch of his life because he's got the most punchable face in the MCU. And WandaVision, I had recently watched that Being the Ricardos, and so such a vibe. The first episode, it's just totally I Love Lucy.
Yeah.
And
Oh
it's
yeah.
really, really makes you feel warm inside. All the TV shows that they did on WandaVision, they started with I Love Lucy. They get into some growing pains, Dick Van Dyke, and then they end with like Malcolm in the Middle, where she's talking to the kid. I love it. I
Hey,
do love that. It's good.
Norbert, why'd you sign that document 10 years ago? Why'd you check that box?
Because I was a kid, and I wanted to, I wanted to honor my grandfather because, sure he was a communist, but
What about
whatever,
that?
communism.
What about that handkerchief with the red lipstick?
Baby, that I mean, clearly, that's your lipstick, baby. I'm not with anybody else but you. I love you, baby. I talk to her, but I love you, baby. You know how it is. Come on.
That's such an in joke for being the regardless.
That movie's solid.
And that's how I
I
end
don't
the
care
MCU podcast.
There it is.
Well, J.K.
Solid
Simmons is
movie,
in it,
folks.
just crushing it in that movie.
Yes.
So Sorkin.
Oh,
but
man.
no, well, thank you for joining me. We were originally supposed to cover all the movies. We'll just do a part 2 for that
Sure.
because this I was naive, Norbert.
Dude, I told you, man. Content galore.
Oh man, but no, I'm glad we did it. I'm glad we got to talk about this because I haven't really talked about these shows with many people yet. So I'm glad that you and I got to break this down. I got a lot of favorite moments from MFF followers, but I'll do them in the next episode. I'll make sure to read those off. But yeah,
Nice.
this was fun. So Norbert, thank you for joining me. Where can people find you?
I am at Eddie Kane on the Twitter. I have my little website, norbert.wtf, not .com, .wtf, norbert.wtf. I found that and I was like, yeah, that's me. Norbert.wtf. That's a great website.
Can you do
and SoundCloud Norbert Morvan.
Okay, SoundCloud SoundCloud Norbert Morvan. Yeah, I can add those in a link. I'll hunt them down. We need to get like a Tommy Lee Jones meets Alligator Loki song played with like a Bowie style.
Now what the hell are you talking about? This alligator's got some horns on. Now he's going to try to bite my head. What do you mean, alligator? You got to speak English, alligator. You just can't just growl at me. Come on over here. We got to save the Beverly Center.
No, I bit my hand off.
Again.
We need to check every swamp. What do alligators live in? Swamp, zoo, pond, lake.
Oh, man. Oh, my God. Look over there. Somebody just ate that gazelle. I think that alligator look. Oh, my God. Here it comes again.
Check every retention pond, swamp, pond, lake, gully, glade, underpass.
Oh, it's a fjord.
Yeah, check every fjord. Find that gator. Oh, man.
We are
He's
too
like,
insane.
That gator's like, he's like, I don't care. And the gator goes, and just jumps off.
It just jumps. Yeah.
I know an alligator with no tail did it, but
Bum, bum, bum.
just Tommy Lee Jones hunting down an alligator who is clearly as intelligent as everyone else, but only speaks alligator.
That's right. And has no opposable thumbs, but is still able to open doors and jars.
And just wears sweaters like Harrison Ford does. And just sort of
Gleefully.
sneaks around. Was this was this alligator a doctor?
Well, sometimes the alligator's a doctor, and sometimes he's just a home repair guy. It depends for the
It's a
situation.
different timeline.
He's a clever trickster, man. You never know what he's going to do next.
Oh, Jonathan Majors. All right, let's get out of here, man. So for me, Mark Hoffmeyer, for Norbert Morvan, this is Movie Films and Flicks. We'll see you next week.
Mark Hoffmeyer.
Hey, bit my tail off, oh man. Wait, does Tommy Lee Jones have a tail? I'm out of here.